everybody. Welcome to Freedom at the Mat. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Olivia, as you know. So today, we're going to focus on faith. You know, I think in the world, we get caught up in organized religion and what you believe. And so when I talk about faith, which happens to be one of my favorite words in the universe, faith and grace, just saying those two words really just gives me a sense of peace and that everything's going to be okay. But when I talk about faith, what we're talking about here is having belief in something within you and something much bigger outside of you. So I'm reading from, of course, my favorite spiritual author, Marianne Williamson's book, A Year of Miracles, day 215. She has this to say on choosing faith. Faith is power. It changes your life by changing you. It places you on a different ground of being within yourself. It gives you a confidence based on something that's in you, but not of you, that can do for you what you can't do for yourself. It keeps you from sinking into victim consciousness, a stance that often attracts even more victimization, and lifts you to positivity, which attracts more positive outcomes, which is what we all want. Where we put our faith literally and directly influences what happens next. I can have faith in the power of the world or faith in the power of miracles. And I can have faith in the power of fear or faith in the power of love. I can have faith in the power of external things or faith in the God who lives within me. So today, as we turn inwards, I want us to set our intentions around something that we can have a little bit more faith in what the universe has for us and what we truly want to manifest. Trusting it's all going to be okay. Whether it's faith that you will get that new promotion, or you will get that new job, or you will get the partner that you want. Just having faith that it's all going to work out. Send some loving energy to that particular thought as we prepare for today's class. As always, I'm so delighted to meet you at the mat today. Thank you for joining. So start in a tabletop position, knees directly beneath your hips and wrist right beneath your shoulders. You're going to inhale up. When you inhale up, you're opening the heart, the sternum, and you're extending your derriere to the spine. You release, you dome the spine, you tuck the pelvis, and you release the neck. You inhale up, and you exhale down. You always want to warm up your spine. So just continue warming it. And then lift from the tops of the feet. Bring the knees up to activate the abs and release. Come back to neutral. Extend the right leg out. The right toe is in direct line with your left knee. Bring your arm up over your head and let's begin to do some circle sweeps with our arms. This helps us with our rotation. Inhale up, turn your hand to face the back wall and inhale all the way over. What's important to note here, we're also keeping our eyes on our thumb. In yoga, we call this our drishti. It's kind of a moving meditation where your eyes are following your hands. You can get lost in thought here. Moving meditation. Sometimes meditation on its own can get a little boring. So kind of mix it up a little bit. Inhale up. I want you to exhale down. What you've done is you've released that back leg and inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Release the right knee to the ground. Take your left knee out to the left side. You're going to open up that left arm and do our circle sweep of the left arm. You're doing an interior and exterior rotation of your shoulder. Inhale up, turn, flip that palm around That left toe is in direct line with the right knee, and you rotate it. You change the direction. Set your mind on your intention for today's class and continue and reach. Release the left hand down. Left leg comes back. You flex the foot and you come down. Make sure you're keeping the elbows near your ribs. Release down the mat, kind of like a little bit of a push-up. And release both feet back. You're in your plank. If you're having a hard time holding in plank, you can push back with the heels. We're not going to hold it very long. Release back by lifting up at your hips. Lift the tailbone up. The hands are directly in front of you. And inhale, right leg up to the sky. Get your stabilization. Inhale, arms up overhead and release. You're going to release into Warrior Two. In Warrior Two pose, you'll find that the front heel and the back arch are intersected. So that front heel should come in direct alignment. You reach forward, release the right hand down, left hand overhead, and turn the feet to be parallel. Reach the arms up overhead in star pose and release forward. Bend the knees. Release all the way down. Sorry for showing you my butt like that, but we all have one. Today's about faith, so I've got my crosses on, my leggings, and release. Left knee out, bending in your Warrior Two. Release the right hand back, left arm overhead. Unbend that front knee, reach forward. Release the left hand to the inside of your knee or shin. Right hand comes overhead, release back to a T. Arms overhead and cartwheel your hands down. Come back to down dog, push up to plank, up through up dog and back. Inhale up. Just kind of doing a little bit of playing around with our feet to make sure that we are ready to go the next flow. Inhale, left leg up. Bring the knee to navel, stabilization. Inhale, arms up. Open up to a Warrior Two. Release left arm up overhead and release back to a T. Unbend that front knee, reach forward. Left hand comes down, right hand comes overhead. You may look overhead. If you want to keep your head straight, you can. Easier on the neck. And arms overhead, come to a prayer pose, release forward and release down. Inhale, half lift and completely exhale. Bring your body through your legs. Inhale, arms overhead wide. Release out, pushing through the right knee. Arms are in a T. Reach your arms overhead. Left hand falls wherever it may. Arms back to a T. Unbend that front knee. Reach forward. Release the hand to the inside of your knee. And come back to a T. Arms overhead. Once more. And cartwheel your hands down. Push back to down dog. Release forward. Release down into up dog. You can also do cobra, just a little bit less strenuous. Inhale, right leg up to the sky, knee to navel. Bring that knee all the way through. Drop the left knee immediately. Get your stabilization. Bring your hands on the inside of the right knee and then extend through the heel of your left leg. If ever this is too much for you, you can always come down. You can release your knee. You don't have to be fully extended. Inhale, open the right side body. Look up and release the hands back to the inside of the knee and push them both back to down dog. Inhale, left leg up to sky. Bring the knee through the navel. Drop the left sole of the foot to the mat. Right knee comes to the mat, get your stabilization. Hands on the inside of the left knee. You've extended through that right leg. You have stabilization. That right hand is firmly cemented into the mat. And you open up, left side body. Release the right knee. Release the foot to the mat. You're really, really stretching your hip flexor in this particular posture. Push back to your down dog. At this point, your spine should be more warm, so you should be able to come down a little bit further into your down dog. Lift that tail up and walk forward a little bit more gracefully than I did to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Bend at your knees. You're coming into your chair pose. In this position, your feet are together, your knees are together, your inner thighs are glued together. Inhale, and then I want you to release the hands behind you and slowly but surely release the right foot off the mat. We're not going to hold it long. Bring it up. There you go, release. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Arms overhead in chair pose. Inhale, bring the left knee up. Both hands come behind you as if you're about to take off for a lunge. You're going into warrior 3 pose. Inhale that left knee back up and release. Take the right ankle across the left knee. Bring the hands to prayer pose. And just hold this posture. Release forward if you're able to. If you're not able to or you just don't feel like it, that's okay too. Come back up, hands to prayer pose, and release. Bring the left ankle over the right knee. Fall forward once again. Again, if this is too much for you, if you're not warmed up, or you're just not interested, you don't just up to it, it's fine. Be kind to yourself. This is your me time. There is no badgering of yourself that should be happening right now. Inhale, arms overhead, palms face each other, and release. Fold forward. Inhale, half lift, hands on your shins, hands to mat, and release to the mat. Child's pose. I want to sing it to you, child's pose. And just stay here. If child's pose is ever too much for you, you can always sit on a block or a couple of blocks so that you're not having as much stress on your knees. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Bend and bring the right knee towards the right wrist, and that right ankle is towards your left wrist. Inhale up and then reach forward. If your right hip, is having any issues, or if your buttock is not on the ground, if there's too much space, you definitely want to add a block beneath your right buttock. Both hands back to the mat. Extend through the left foot. The same thing on the opposite side. You bring that knee into the navel. The left knee comes very close to the left wrist, and then the right toes and right ankle should be near your right wrist. You reach your arms forward, and you don't have to fully come down on the mat. If that is too much for you, we don't want you to hurt anything. I want you just to stay standing, have your fingertips into the mat versus coming all the way down. Swing around, bring your feet in front of you, come on your back. We're gonna do an alternate pigeon. So if that was too much and you were looking at the screen like, I'm not doing that, not at all. This is the same pose where you simply bring your ankles across your knees, and you're able to bring your hands through the opposite thigh and pull it close to you. Bring your feet so that they are facing the ceiling. Your knees are by your ribs. Your hands come on the outside of your feet. And you do your happy baby. Inhale, arms up. Turn to your left. Turn your torso to your left. And wherever your hands fall, that's where they fall. There is no judgment whatsoever in yoga. You know, in the West, we've definitely made yoga a lot more of a physical practice. Yoga simply means union. Flip to the opposite side, bring the opposite sole of the foot to the inside of the inner thigh, turn the torso over to your right, and release. As I was saying, you know, in the West, we've definitely made it about physical. And yoga simply means a union of the body, mind, and the spirit. So you showing up on the mat today, taking some time for yourself, and getting into the postures as best you can, you've done some yoga. That's it. Bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly pose. And you've completed your practice. Namaste. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's class today. You know, we focused on having faith actually in our legs and our arms and our bodies to do what we needed them to do for us. But I hope that throughout the day, your week, next month, and ultimately your life, that you, along with me, can just send some more loving energy towards the faith that things really will work out for the good, for the best, most positive outcome. The affirmation I have for today is, I believe in the God within me. I believe that I am guided in the right steps for my path. Namaste.